guys, welcome to the Career and Growth series by Yaka, where we spotlight different career paths for you to learn from. On today's episode, we have an amazing person. I'll let him do the honors of introducing himself. So hi guys, like I said earlier, we have a very interesting person here on set today, and I'll let him do the honors of introducing himself. So let's have it.
Hi everyone, my name is Omotunde Larry, and I work in technology, AI and technology.
AI
to be specific,
and
yes.
technology. It's giving oil money, but who am I to judge, right? All right, let's get right into it. So before we get into the interesting parts, let's do a little bit of ice breaking, right? Okay. So you can just tell us a little bit about yourself, some fun facts, just a little bit, let's heat up the room a bit.
I am not a bucket load of fun, so I can't promise you fun facts, but what I would say is I'm a very, very indoorsy person, very quiet. And, when I'm indoors, I spend most of my time, reading, playing video games, I prefer to stay indoors basically. Yeah, and I think that was like one of the major things I learned, having to spend every time you have by yourself, it helped me with my self-development and also in my work and all of that. So I'm very quiet. I love technology. I mean, for obvious reasons.
Obvious reasons.
So
wow.
I make sure that every day, I make sure that I'm doing something that has to do with technology.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's a really interesting fun fact. I don't think a lot of us.
Many people don't find it fun though.
But some feeders would do that. But okay, let's get right into the first question of the day. So growing up, did you always know that you were going to end up in tech and even AI particularly?
Well, I wouldn't say like I have always known the future, like how it is going to be, but I would say I am not surprised because growing up, I had the opportunity to play with some of these gadgets. Yeah. So I had like my first computer, I think at age 7 or 6. I, got game consoles, different type of electronics, stereo players and all of that. Yeah, so
it's giving Nepo baby, but
not exactly, because those things were cheap at that time.
True, but
when
still,
you ask your parents,
even though upon see, regardless, notwithstanding. But continue.
Yeah, but as a curious kid, I always want to know how this thing is working. Try to fix something that is not broken. I end up spoiling it at the end of the day. Yeah, but I'd say those were the signs that showed that I am interested in something digital. Yeah, I think those were the foundational signs that led me to where I am at today.
All right, so moving on to the next question. Can you tell us what AI data annotation is and what machine learning analysis is?
Okay.
And what you do specifically as an ML analyst? Because we like to learn one or two things.
Okay. But firstly, I would like to state that I signed multiple NDAs, so you might not really get specifics, but I would still give you guys something. So, what I would say is AI is like a toddler. It's like a kid still learning stuff. So, kids are prone to mistakes and all of that, and it's our job to correct them. Give them examples and guidelines on how to behave and stuff like that. So that is how AI is. So my role as an AI data annotator is basically teach the AI, by labeling data already provided for us, how the world works or how human beings understand the world, basically. And for machine learning analyst here, simply, analyzing how well this AI is learning, because there are different language models and they learn at different paces, just like the way human beings learn at different paces. So it's my job to analyze how well it is learning. I'm supposed to spot errors and biases because, we're using data of people and, because everybody
has a side that they lean to.
Exactly. So we don't want AI to be picking sides. We want it to be neutral.
Okay.
So we spot for biases like that and make sure that we guide the behavior. Exactly. So in simpler terms, it's just basically teaching AI to think and make the right decisions and, be useful via various projects, by the way.
I think this kind of like helps me have a whole different view of how to now relate with AI going forward, knowing that I literally have to explain everything to it so that it can give me the best results.
Yeah.
So yes, we are learning something, guys. All right. So moving on to the next question. I know you've always been interested in, techie stuff, but when was that particular period that you realized that you were into AI?
Okay. I literally have to tell my story now, but yeah, I already mentioned as a kid, I, was into digital stuff and all. But like fast forward to my high school days and uni days, I developed another passion for medicine. Yeah, maybe it's because this is not a sad story, by the way, but like my dad passed really early. And they said it was food poisoning, but I don't want to believe that. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I have to do something about this. So I started, I joined science class, but like I was focusing on like the medical aspect of things and all of that. But like in my uni days.
So basically, it was kind of like a Batman story, but let's not.
But there's no villain in this story,
right?
Yeah, because I really did not know what happened. I was too young to understand what went wrong. So I, in my uni years, I decided that I cannot just do medicine and just drop my first love, which is technology. So the ultimate goal here is now to like bridge that gap, to merge the two, that is technology and medicine, try to solve medical problems with the aid of AI and technology and all of that. So you guys should watch out for that in coming years when I'll be bringing some solutions. But yeah, after all that, when I was done with school, I knew deep down that I was not enjoying my 9 to 5. So I had to, and it was around that time that, AI became much more popular. Yeah. Around 2020-ish, everybody started using ChatGPT and all of that. So I saw a lot of videos online and I was, the progression of this technology was massive. Take, for example, Japan now. They are like living in the future already. You'll be seeing AI receptionists, robots everywhere and all of that. Like how can scraps of metal be doing tasks that human, normally do? It's because of the programming and the artificial intelligence in them. That's what made it possible. So I would say like those were the things that really made me it put me back on track. To really focus on AI first, because I feel like I would have to master one before I go into the other. Yeah,
I think I know somebody who currently merges both medicine and tech, and she consults because she was a doctor. She studied medicine in the university.
She still is. If she graduated as one, she will always be a doctor.
She's a doctor, but she's not just practicing actively. But she's, in a way, she's practicing because, she still gets to consult in tech, and she knows how to program as well. So it's a very interesting dynamic, by the way. Two very gang things. But let's move on to the next question. So I know I'm speaking for a lot of people when I say a lot of people actually think that getting into tech, not to talk of AI, is very complex and challenging. And so what were the challenges that you faced and how were you able to push through them?
Okay. First, I'd like to state that nothing is easy. Yeah. So But like if you're going into anything with the mindset that, you know, it is impossible, I think it's better not to even try
it at all.
because you would fail at it. Yeah. So yes, it was overwhelming for me when I started, but I'm not saying that is how it's supposed to be for different people. For some people, it might be very easy for them because, you know, they had everything they needed, everything was readily available for them. But my story, you know, I mentioned that I transitioned after uni and I had to quit my 9 to 5. Imagine having to manage your 9 to 5 and come back to start studying materials and watching videos, you know, to improve yourself. I did that for a year. So I saw that I wasn't getting me anywhere because I suffered from imposter syndrome. You know, I was so down. I was not enjoying my job. What I enjoyed doing, I don't even have the time for it. Yeah, so it was a lot. And when I decided to quit my job to take this more seriously was even harder because I mean you have to make money, you have to survive and all of that.
Yeah.
But my mentor in this space, he used to be in a different field entirely.
Okay.
Yeah, his name is Dr. Harrison, by the way.
Amazing. Shout out to you, Dr. Harrison.
Yeah. So he organized one event like that and I attended virtually and he said something that stuck with me. So he said, you don't have to save your job to lose your career. So be ready to take risks here. Be ready to lose your job to save your career because your job and your career, they are two different things here. And I was like, okay. So what I envision myself doing in the next 5 to 10 years is not what I'm doing now. So this is definitely not my career. It's just a job that I can
let go of.
Yeah. So I had to do that too. And the whole process took me about 3 years. You know, the learning phase and, you know, interning for free, looking for experience, you know, working for companies and stuff. So it took me about 3 years before I could get my first paying gig. Yeah. So I'm not saying it is normal. Some people it's just 3 months. They will lock in for 3 months, study hard, grind hard, and they are at it. Some is a year and all of that. But yeah, it can be very overwhelming. But I'm not necessarily saying getting into tech is difficult. It depends on your approach and how you go about it. So like for young people that are not really into a lot of things, you can just start the journey early and it's going to do you a lot of good. And you don't have to test waters everywhere and, you know, yeah, so.
All right. So I know that you said it took you 3 years to be able to, you know, literally get your feet on the ground. But what were the things that kept you going all those years?
Oh, my mom played a huge role because when I, you know, lost my job, I was not making any money, right? And I had to pay for some of these courses. She was there, even data to watch videos and all of that. So my mom, shout out to mom, my mom, by the way. Yeah, so she was very crucial in my journey and my development. She was always encouraging me because, I mean, I'm pretty stubborn in a good way. I was not ready to let it go, even though I was not getting the result I wanted. But, you know, she could tell that I was exhausted, right? I didn't enjoy what I used to do anymore, like playing football. I stopped it, all of those things. Yeah, so she encouraged me and really helped me to focus, basically, and it paid off at the end of the day.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's nice. At least your family believes in you. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to ask you a question after the one you just answered, but you've kind of answered the question in that question. Yes.
What question?
The question was supposed to be that how did your family affect impact your career journey and everything? Well, you already kind of answered that, so we're just going to move on to the next question, which is what does your day-to-day look like as a AI data annotator? What does it look like?
That's a very interesting question. There are no 2 days that I like most of the times. Like we might do something today and we do a different thing tomorrow, depending on like the ultimate goal.
That sounds fun.
Well, it can be a lot of work too, but like, yeah, if you enjoy what you're doing, it can be fun. So some days we could just be evaluating some of these language model outputs and, check, how accurate some of these things are. Other days it could be we're just looking for mistakes. Try to see the biases in the response. And, some days we just get a bunch of data if we're training like a newly developed language model. So we just do a lot of teaching, basically. Sometimes it could be just research work. But like there are certain days where we do like repetitive tasks, with the team and all. But that's what I enjoy about my job is pretty dynamic. Yeah, you get like a lot of, you don't get bored.
Yeah.
But like if you're a very lazy person, I wouldn't recommend because
it's very tasking.
Yeah.
Brain power. You have to use a lot of brain power.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's nice. I like the fact that it's dynamic because you don't get to do the same things over and over every single day. It's the same routine. I mean, today you do one thing and tomorrow you're doing another thing. You're like, yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the next question. There are a lot of AI tools out there. So how can a young person start out in AI data annotation or even machine learning analysis?
Okay, so I'm not one to force like a particular niche to somebody, because I found this because of like my interest and all of that. So what I would say is, for somebody that is looking to start out here, I think you should start with what you have. Yes. If you have a phone, like internet, you can just download many of these free chatbots like ChatGPT and Gemini. A lot of people are using it for just daily tasks, mundane things. People editing their photographs and all of that. Yeah, I caught you there. Yeah. Well, you're familiarizing yourself with it too, basically. And it took a group of people to make that possible. And yes, for somebody that wants to lean into that direction, yes. Once you familiarize yourself with these tools, you can now move on to the next stage, which is taking up like courses. There are free courses all over: Coursera, Udacity, Udemy, even YouTube. You find a lot of experts on YouTube with videos. So when you are done with all those beginner courses, you can now decide to look into paid courses, professional ones where you get certificates and all, like joining Google generative AI classes and all of that. Well, you can go online too to check for coupons, because many of these, although the field seems saturated here, it looks like a lot of people is doing it, but not everybody is really going through with it. Yes, so you end up seeing free courses online. They are doing some percentage off. So I feel like a lot of people should take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So once you take up those courses, what other things? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, join communities. It was very important, because I wouldn't have found Mr. Harrison if I didn't join any. WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Make sure you just look for, because once you join like a group of like-minded individuals, it really helps. They drop a lot of information that could be useful for you, or like trends that you need to hop on, or even internship opportunities. Like the opportunities are just like limitless. Yeah, there are no limits to it. So it's very important to join a community. And I think the major thing is now consistency, because like you can want to do all of these things and not really, be consistent. Since mine took 3 years, I don't know if a lot of people can sit down without getting any results, not earning 5 naira for 3 years. Not a lot of people can do that. So I think one would have to be ready, yes, to go through the process. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it is not as bad as I'm making it sound. But like, it's really rewarding at the end of the day if you can follow through with it.
All right. So can you quickly do like a brief recap? You mentioned up to like 5. things.
Okay.
So just the pointers.
Okay. Number one is start with what you have.
Yes.
What I mean by that is your phone and the internet you have. Just Google stuff, random things. Ask ChatGPT ridiculous questions. Like, just play around with what you have first. And if you enjoy what you're doing, then you go for free courses. Then watch YouTube videos and all of those free platforms. Then you can now move into professional courses with Google, IBM, and the likes to get certified.
Yeah.
Because you need those for getting proper jobs and all of that. Then I would say you should build small projects. And what I mean by that is it depends on like what aspect of technology you're really going to. Yes. Some people might really want to do something much more technical, that you need to build stuff and all of that.
Okay.
So you might really need to have experience building some of these things. Yeah. Take for example AI engineers now. It is much more technical. You would have to learn a few things, how to build, certain things. So you find videos on YouTube, small projects. You can just, duplicate them to, practice on your own. Then if you are that creative to think of something on your own to create, that's very fine. So once you do that, have like something in your locker so that when they're like interviewing you, you can say, okay, you did this, you did that, and all of that is really good. Also very important, join communities. I would always recommend that even though you're confused, you'll find a lot of people confused too. Just air yourself, express yourself in the group. Somebody would always, drop something useful that you can pick from, that you can use to, improve and all of that. Because you can't really do it alone. Yeah, it takes a team to really do this thing. Yeah, even though it's for your own personal use, but like the bigger picture is like a group of experts, making the world a better place using AI and technology.
And then you mentioned one last thing, which is being consistent.
Consistency. I would pick consistency over intelligence, actually, because you might really know how to do something, yeah, but like if you're not giving it enough dedication, enough time, enough of your time, and nobody would even pick you over somebody that's always showing up.
Yeah.
So if you always show up, even though you're not great at it, but like you are always there, if it is 30 minutes to 1 hour you can do every day, there is no way you will not make progress. It might seem small, but like you will not be in the same position you were the day before. But like, because you know it now, you just leave it and you feel like, I mean, it has happened to me. There was this particular tool, I don't know if you're aware, I'm also into cybersecurity. There's this particular tool that I was learning at the time. It's called Bob Suite. So in my head, I thought that, I know everything about this tool. I don't need to really practice like that. So I dropped it for like 3 months or so. So a project came up and I needed to use the tool. I was not watching YouTube tutorial again to like refresh my memory and see if, I can still like bring myself up to speed. And that affected my delivery time because like, I was supposed to deliver this work at a particular time, but I had to go and relearn. I mean, that's not a bad thing entirely, but it could have been avoided if, I had always, been consistent, since I know that it's a tool I might use like in the future. So consistency over intelligence.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. That was really insightful, by the way. Okay, so moving on to the next question. What do you think are the basic misconceptions about AI that you think people should unlearn?
Oh, that's a good one. A lot of our oldies these days, they don't really fancy AI and technologies. They tend to focus on the negatives than the positive. But I would say one common misconception is that you need to be, for young people that are starting out, that you need to be one genius, or you need to be really good at coding or like mathematics or something of that sort to excel in that field. And that's not true. Because I mean, there are technical aspects of it. There are people that code in technology and all of that. But like, take for example my job. I do less coding. Yeah, I work mostly with data. I do less coding. So it's different. And there's space for everybody. So if you're a writer, you're a banker, whatever, because you know when you're trying to train an AI, take for example that AI receptionist now, they would hire a receptionist to get data or information or whatever she can provide to help train this AI. So you can always find a job with AI, providing that you know what you are doing is actually needed for training this AI. Another misconception is AI will take everybody's job. I mean, everybody say it. It's not entirely true and it's not entirely false. It's like 50-50. And I'll explain why.
Okay. Let's have
So
it.
the reason why I feel like it's not going to take everybody's job is because AI is not replacing people. It's just replacing the task itself. So for you to keep your job, you'd have to know how to manipulate this AI, to use it, to bend it to your will, so as you know you can still remain there. You just be the supervisor of
the AI.
Exactly. But like if you are one that is not into continuous learning, you're not ready to upskill, you don't want to know how to do all of it, it's definitely going to take your job. It will because too many automation.
Yeah.
Too many automations. So
Amazing.
yeah.
All right. That was really interesting. Would AI take my job? I don't know. Let's move on to the next question. So can you briefly tell us about one project that you were on that made you feel like, this is exactly why I'm in this field. Love it here.
Yeah, I have worked on several projects, by the way. I am proud to say that.
It's giving pride, but
yeah.
Let's let it slide. Take your flowers, sir.
Thank you. So I got the opportunity to partner with many of these big companies here to do several works on help training their language models. And there's this particular one that is very popular. Like millions of people use it. So like the sense of purpose you get,
little hints here and there. Let's put two and two together.
Yeah, when people are using it, you get satisfied. There's this satisfaction within that, I contributed to the success of this, Yeah, I feel that a lot of times. Sometimes I even want to shout that I did this. I was part of it, well, because of NDA, I cannot. But I can just like share some of the company I worked with so that you can have like an idea of, how big, the project I worked on. So I worked with Uber AI Solutions. Yeah, scientific. Right now, I'm working with Toluca AI. So you can do with that whatever you can. But I can't really give a specific project. Neither will I mention the language model. Yeah, for professional reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it has been an awesome few minutes. I feel like I've learned so much in this little conversation, right? But yes, so as you know, a lot of our viewers are young people between the age of 15 to 25. So I would like you to break down, practical steps that they can follow to be able to start a career journey, maybe in AI, any tech field, in fact.
Okay, sweet. First, I would suggest that they do their research before they actually start the journey to avoid the same mistakes that I made, because I was basically testing the waters before I found the one that it was for me.
So basically, they can learn from your experience rather than their own experience.
Yeah. So it's smart to not make the same mistakes that other people made. You get. So first, I would say they can use chatbot. You can basically tell it your personalities, what you like, what you enjoy doing. You're looking to start a career in tech, but I like graphics, I like painting, I like stuff like this. is definitely going to give you, a list of, careers in tech you can go into that you enjoy doing, because this your interest is like meddled within that.
Okay.
And for some people that, already have like some idea of what they want to do in mind, like data, or maybe they want to go into robotics or whatever, they should go on YouTube, since it's that one niche, make sure you watch from beginner to professional levels about that particular niche, and not like watch everything. You need to streamline your focus basically, so that it's not going to be overwhelming for you. Yeah. I think from the beginner courses, you should be able to tell if it's something you are going to like enjoy or be interested in. So you can take a few beginner courses if you don't have one particular career path in mind. So once you found that particular one, you can now start, the whole taking up professional courses, and again, communities, you can see, people share their journey on communities. So that too. So once you find ideas, because ideas is everywhere, you can find it everywhere. So once you find that one, and you have already started your journey, I would say you record your own progress. You take notes, make videos, record your progress. It's better to share it on LinkedIn for internship purposes and all of that, because employers might be impressed with how far you've come and all of that. So now once you do that, it sounds like a lot of work, but I promise you it is not. Once you do that and you enjoy doing it, in no time, you'd have everything that you need. And it will be very easy for you to gain this internship, because you need exposure in this space. Yes. I got lucky. Yeah. I had a friend in the US that works, that was able to like connect me to certain people, because I'm a very reserved person. I don't like my face everywhere, but it's not a good quality. You have to expose yourself. So when they are starting out their journey, announce it to the world. I just started this. I mean, people do it on LinkedIn. You can do it on Twitter, do it on Instagram, announce it to the world. I just started my tech career. You don't know who's watching. Sponsors could be there. People that are waiting for you to finish and they will hire you on the spot, because it actually happens. Yeah. So it's quite important to record your progress and upload it, online. Don't be shy. Don't be ashamed. If you don't get results from it immediately, in the nearest future, you surely get something from it. So, what other thing? I would always emphasize this consistency thing, because it plays a major role in all of this. Because at some point you might feel tired, exhausted, you might not really be working out, or you're confused, or you're not learning as much as you should. Because some of these courses here might take you forever to finish sometimes. So you can always talk to somebody in that group, express yourself. This course is difficult. How did you guys manage to do it? That's if you can find someone that is learning something similar with you. And if you cannot, they are always on the internet. If you check my IG algorithm, too many creators on AI and stuff. Like once you are always looking for it, it's gonna come to you. Okay. So you have to make that effort to, want to gain this knowledge, and eventually you'll be surprised with what you can do in the next future.
Amazing, guys. Wow. This entire conversation, once again, has been very insightful. I've learned a whole lot, and I hope you, Uncle Viewer, Auntie Viewer, has also learned a lot. But before we round this off, I would like you to, give like final words, words of advice. The person does not even need to want to be in tech per se, just anything that will just stir them up to keep going at what they're pursuing.
For my young viewers, I would say you don't have to have a perfect background to start a career in tech. I mean, I did not have one. I went to a medical school, and AI doesn't really need you to know to be an expert before you come, because it's a learning curve for everybody. AI is the new big thing, so everybody's still learning from it. So you can just hop on the train and join people. So you don't have to be the smartest kid in the world. You don't have to be great at mathematics or coding, but be ready to learn. If you are open to continuous learning, you'd really excel in this field. And I would always say that, you know, with the age of AI now, yeah, a lot of people are so lazy because AI makes things easy, makes tasks easy and all of that. So my advice to you guys, do not let AI replace your brain, please. Think for yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
You're supposed to, you know, instruct this AI to do certain things for you. But like, if you are taking whatever it is giving you back and you're using it without fact checking, without, you know, proper probing this language model to see if it's actually doing what you're asking it to do, you know, you just be one of those people that just use it and end up losing their job because they're not doing it properly. Okay. So you're supposed to think for yourself and, you know, use this AI, bend it to your will, see it as a wand and you're the magician to make magic. You get? So be in charge, be in control, and let AI amplify your skills. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again, Mila, for being a part of this growth series.
My pleasure.
We are so honored to have you. Thank you so much. And we'll be looking forward to having you on another episode. Maybe another
Hopefully
series.
I'm still in the country.
It's giving pride. Okay. Got a jackpot. All right.
Yeah.
Whether you are abroad, who knows? We could do it virtually.
I'll begin.
And once again, this is technology, right?
Yeah.
Let's utilize it. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
I hope you found that very insightful. I did, and I hope you did too. All right, guys, do not forget that this is not the only episode. We have more to come. So join us next time, which is next Friday, and I'll see you then. Bye.